So I hear you are the genius that decided to program this movie?
Well, I mean, I don't think you should call me a genius. I think anyone who's a fan of midnight movies and midnight cinema was hoping that this film would be at the Midnight Madness section at TIFF.
Yeah.
I know that when I got the gig this year to curate the lineup, I very much was interested in playing the disaster artist. I will admit I was skeptical going in. I was to see it the first time. I was worried that it might be a little cynical and mocking and sort of just taking the piss out of Tommy Wiseau. And rather it, is really endearing and really sympathetic to his creative vision and his eccentric quirks and personality. I think audiences will go away really, really loving Tommy after this film.
That's what the writers were saying, that they wanted to, they're struggling, they're artists themselves, right? So you don't want to make fun of another artist. When people put their movies out there,
I think that's why James was attracted to the story, because he's an artist that takes a lot of risks.
Yeah, exactly.
And those are risks that sometimes people don't, agree with or, don't find value in. And at the end of the day, though, if you find value in it as an artist, that's the most important part. And Tommy clearly found value and had something to say with the room. We might not all know what that is, but he knows.
Yeah.
He expressed it. And fortunately, he did so with such personality and such beguiling decisions we've never seen in a movie before.
Yeah.
It captured people's imagination. It captured people's attention. They wanted to know why.
That's awesome. Are you a screenwriter, a filmmaker yourself?
I'm a producer. I produced a film called Manborg, The Void, The Interior. I work with a lot of emerging short filmmakers. But I have a lot of affinity for outsider artists and eccentric filmmakers. I totally sympathize. I like the feeling of watching a movie that someone made by sheer force of will.
Yeah. Well, then you're in the perfect role, scheduling these Midnight Madness movies. Were you a fan of The Room before you saw The Disaster Artist, or before you heard of it?
You know what? I am a fan of The Room, but I've not necessarily been the biggest fan of the audience experience. But I think it's only because I've had a few bad one.
Did they throw spoons or something?
Yeah, they throw spoons and stuff, and that doesn't bother me so much. But I did occasionally find the vibe of The Room to be very condescending towards the film,
Right,
very mean, and I'm less into that. Like I prefer to watch The Room and just let The Room be funny by being The Room.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need to add jokes to it or point stuff out, because the movie is just it's self-evident. This is a movie that is not normal.
Yeah. So probably the people who would do that kind of thing aren't filmmakers themselves.
No.
They don't appreciate it. It's so easy to make fun of something. It's not easy to create something,
Yeah.
right? Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
No problem.
See more of your selections.
See you guys.
Thanks a lot.